We are here for episode 11 on the Here Be Dragons podcast. I'm going to do my intro as soon as I find it. Here we go. Welcome to Here Be Dragons, where creativity meets courage and dragons live in the art we create and the lives we lead. I'm Carla Morrow of DragonLady Art, and with me is my co-pilot and dragon writer extraordinaire,
Alan Childers of Alan Childers Art and Illustration. We're here to talk about the dragons we face and the treasure we're after and the wondrously weird journey of life. Every episode will explore what it takes to face your dragons and maybe even ride one.
So grab your shields, sharpen your claws, and let's dive in, because today we're asking the question that matters most. What dragons are you facing? Hi, Ellen.
Hello. Who's with us today, Carla?
We have my friend from high school, just in time.
Hello, I'm Justin.
And I've been informed that this is his real name. Just in time.
Yeah.
It's now that you know that, it's hard not to not put the inflection on it. Just in time instead of just in time. Like it's you want to say it as a sentence and not two names, right? Like.
Thank you for being with us today, Justin.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I'm so excited you're here.
Would you like to introduce yourself and let people know who you are and what your connection to art or creativity is?
Well, I am Justin Time, and I own Painting with a Twist in Bedford, Texas. It's a art studio, painting studio. We focus on fun art, not fine art. So, it's like based around 2-hour experiences. We always say that it's more about the journey than where you're actually going, because, nobody's going to become a professional painter in 2 hours. So, we just teach fun little paintings to drunk housewives. And
Heck yeah. Do you have your liquor license? Oh my gosh.
No, that's something I'm working on, though. We've got a little space next door.
BYOB right now.
Yeah, it's
right.
BYOB
I had to remember,
right now.
Is Dallas still a dry county? Like Irving was a dry county there for a while. Is it still? Oh, good. Because we did a show there years ago, and we all of us stayed in hotels that were like right off from where the county line was, so we could get alcohol and then just stay and drink, because it was technically a dry county. So, but that was 20 years ago.
Right now, we're not asking what's in your 32-ounce cup.
Malibu and Coke, baby.
So something that we ask all of our artists and guests that we have on the Here Be Dragons Artcast is, what dragons are you facing, or have you faced your dragons and are you riding them? Dragons can be equivalent to troubles, issues, or any kind of adversity that you're experiencing with your practice or your business.
Well, my big dragon right now is I just took over this art studio. I just kind of stepped in. It's really been kind of a process over the past few months, like taking over ownership from the other owners. And they're still staying on as like silent owners for a while. But
cool.
They bought it a couple of years ago as a new couple, and they're both school teachers. So they didn't really have like the bandwidth to invest in the business. And I stepped in about 2 years ago as the manager and just kind of like took it over. And it was just like my home after that. And over the past like 6 months, we've really been working out like how this transition's going to go, because they want to still be involved, but at the same time, they have very busy lives. So yeah, that's where I came in. So I'm really kind of like turning the whole studio around basically right now, because
that's awesome. And at the worst possible time.
Yeah.
So you can only go up from here, right?
Well, as you guys know, like the trends in art change constantly. So it's not formulaic. You can't just say like, okay, we're going to run this program every week and, that's going to be it for the rest of, it's like, this week we've got Mandalorian and Grogu coming out. So like people are really interested in that. We have some art that's inspired by that going on.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You really have to keep in touch with everything that's changing
the
and happening in
trends.
the world. Otherwise, like nobody will want to come in.
Yeah,
Right.
licensing is very similar, like keeping up with the trends to see what's out. And I mean, where you're at, you're fortunate that you can follow the trends when they come out, so you can see when movies are coming out and what's doing well. And I'm on like the other end where we kind of have to figure out what trends are going to happen ahead of time and try to make art based on those and hope for the best. Like, but are you designing your programming? So because it's kind of formulaic in the fact that it has to be a simplified painting that you can like put out a kit for and like
well, I mean, we're a franchise, so
okay. Cool.
we have a home office. Yeah, so each painting with a twist is individually owned, but we get a lot of support from the home office. And you know, they're really not like a faceless cold corporation. Like they're I think they were former school teachers that started it.
But
and
apparently this is what all school teachers do now, is drink and draw.
Yeah, pretty much. and they really started it as like a thing for moms to do.
Yeah.
You know, like to get out and like have a night away from the kids.
Yeah,
cool. That's really how it kind of started. And so I get a lot of help from them. And you know, if I had to come up with all the art that we do, it would be absolutely impossible. So we have like a whole art department. There's an art collective that's attached to Painting with a Twist that contributes to our galleries. And
that's really cool.
I try to get like the freshest art from our network out, like as it comes out. Like I'm constantly looking at the new art that we have. And
so are you restricted by being in a franchise about what kind of like art events you can hold, or what kind of art events you really want to do?
No, we can do anything. And I mean, we do a lot of fun stuff. Like we do murder mystery nights, and
cool.
We do this whole music bingo thing, because it's kind of hard to run activities while you're painting, you know, because it's like people get into a groove and you don't want to be like, all right, drop what you're doing and play a game, you know. So we really have to that go along with like
palette musical chairs.
Right. Like we'll do music bingo. Like we have a playlist and everybody has a card with different song names on it. And as the songs play, they mark them off. And
that's fun.
So it's kind of like a passive thing to do. And we do trivia a lot. Like ACOTAR and Fourth Wing are really big right now. Like those are.
Yes, they are.
I don't know how you feel about those, but
I'm there. Yeah, that came out a lot when we were in Vegas. Like the Morning Glory milking farm was discussed a lot, and now it's quite the inside joke with a lot of our artists. And I have a smut chat with several of my art friends. So yeah, no, we're hip to that.
I remember when I was in community college, I went into this bookstore and I found this. You know, the over 18 section, and there was this book called The Claiming of Sleeping Beauty, and it was written under Anne Rice's pen name, Anne Rolliquin. And I let me just say I left with my ears red, just because there were things happening that were like,
you liar, you were taking notes, whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shoving one up his shirt real quick. You know?
Right? Yeah.
I was like, later. Oh my, this is educational. You know?
Right? Has a little highlighter out.
Yeah, let's study this. Right. I think it's great that you know, these kind of places exist right now. Like with I don't know how everyone else feels, but like the internet has kind of just gotten in-shitified. In some spaces, like the in-shitification of the internet is like a real thing. So in-person experiences is kind of like in right now, and socializing, making sure that people get connected and are socializing, and these third spaces are kind of really important, I think, with our communities.
Yeah, and it's really becoming more popular with like younger generation, like Gen Z are becoming like what the millennials were now.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? So it's like they're all like adults, and they're all looking for adult activities to do.
They all have man buns and they're learning cobbling. Mm-hmm. I didn't mean to call you out, but
Fuck it.
Yes.
But no, a lot of like younger people don't drink as well, and it's like, yeah, we're BYOB, but you don't have to drink there, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like it's something that you can do that's social, and we do like open studio too. So it's like we don't just have classes. Like we're about, you know, like prepare me next week. We start summer hours, so I have to start going in at 10 a.m. instead of noon. So but yeah, we are
night owls
all day. Yeah, I don't like, and you know, I'm up in the mornings, but I don't like the morning.
Yeah.
I don't want to participate in society. Like mornings.
No.
What was the thing from Stranger Things? Mornings.
Coffee and contemplation.
Yeah, coffee and contemplation. Like,
yes, coffee is life.
But yeah, so we're starting summer hours. So it, you know, that's my thing is like I'm ready for a nap by noon if I have coffee before noon.
See, you also have ADHD, I see. But I knew that. Like you were diagnosed in high school. Yeah. I was just diagnosed like 2 years ago, so this is all new for me. I don't self-medicate with soda. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
She drinks that barbecue Sprite.
Can't untaste that now, Alan. I hope you're happy. So tell me a little bit about your art journey, because you came into it kind of later in life. Like I knew at 8 that I was going to be an artist, and I think Alan, you knew you always wanted to be an artist or always enjoyed art for sure. And
I had a few detours.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, I was a massage therapist for 18 years, and my wrist broke down completely. Like I started getting arthritis and nerve damage, and it was not good. Whenever I decided to go to Colorado, I got into the cannabis industry there, and I worked in a couple different like coffee shops, clubs. It was the best thing this side of Amsterdam. You know, it's like it was something that they really didn't have in other places in the country yet. It was like very new. And
infused drinks.
yeah, we would have infused milkshakes, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But whenever I moved back to Texas, I got into the hemp industry and started my edibles business here.
Yeah, I think that's when I came across you via Facebook and some mutual friends or something. So I remember that.
Yeah, and that was a lot of fun, but you know, it quickly became an environment that wasn't welcoming to small business. You know, it's like whenever I started, the hemp industry was very new, and it was very like loosely regulated. But you know, after a couple of years of being in it, the bigger cannabis companies started coming in and insisting on like tighter regulation and tighter licensing and more expensive licensing and stuff like that. And I just couldn't keep up.
Yeah,
and it's like I probably could have, but I just didn't really want to. It wasn't my passion.
Yeah,
I bet the cities took time for the cities to go, you know, we could tax the shit out of this.
Yeah, pretty much. But after that, I was like, I really wanted to go back to college. And I mean, like, I've always done like graphic design on the side, like, you know, independently for anything that I've always like I've always been independently employed. I've always had my own businesses, and I've always done like my own graphic design for my businesses. And so I decided to just like go to community college for graphic design. And after one semester, I was like, I already know how to do all this. Like, I learned how to use Illustrator, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, I've always wanted to learn how to use Illustrator, and like the school was fine, or what it was, TCC, just the local like community college. Yeah, and like the school's fine or whatever, but looking at the program, I was like, everything here is going to be very like elementary to me. It's not going to challenge me, and I started wanting to go more into fine art. So I changed to an Associates of Fine Arts.
Oh, cool.
And like started down that program. So my whole plan was to go for like my bachelor's and possibly master's in art education. But before I finished my second year of school, I ended up getting hired as manager at Painting with a Twist, and I was like, well, this is kind of what I wanted to do anyways. So because before I started working there, I was really wanting to open a like local art studio that could serve as like a third space, you know, and essentially do everything that we're doing at Painting with a Twist, but I wouldn't have had like the support that I have with working at
of course.
Right.
So it just kind of all serendipitously fell together, you know. It's
funny
like
how that works.
There's this crazy channeler lady that channels an alien named Abraham Abraham Hicks, you know. Like she's nuts, and I absolutely love her, but her big thing is everything always works out for me no matter what it looks like at the time. And I really just kind of try to live by that, because it's like, you
manifest that shit.
Yeah, you put something out to the universe, you ask for it, and you forget about it. You set it and forget it. And it's like, before you know it, your dreams come true, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. And
so that's how I got here.
Thought, so. Yeah, right? I made a wish on a star, and here we are.
Yeah, I haven't finished doing like the whole bachelor's thing, but I kind of figured it wasn't really an immediate like necessity if I'm already like working in the industry that I want to work in. And like, I own a studio now, so that's kind of like going to be my retirement plan, because
like
I can't afford not to.
yeah, right.
So I signed up and got the experience at college, but it was I didn't have the attention span to keep at it. So you know, I kind of
worked out after 2 months.
I went the long way around as what I've heard in Doctor Who. I went the long way around.
Well, I went to NMSU for like a semester.
Me too.
And I didn't make it terrible. Like I did, you know, like
their arts department was garbage.
Yeah,
like they didn't have. They have like the branch now has like a top of the line animation studio and shit. Like, their arts program has exploded. And I'm like, you know, if that was there when I was there 20 years ago, maybe I would have finished a degree. But now, you know, with the internet, you don't really need the degree, because, I mean, it would be nice to have like a more structured way of learning like technique and mediums and a way to experiment without like investing the amount of stuff that like I have to invest in when I want to try a medium. I bought $40 in paint last night accidentally. That's a fun story. Well, I needed my phone number, and I put my phone number and hit enter, and then it was like, oh, hey, your order is going to be on the way. And I was like, no, I didn't. Okay, I just bought paint. You know, and it's all gold paint to experiment with. But that's all right. But yeah, like you're talking about the community college being kind of low, you know, not challenging enough for you. And a friend of mine and I were just talking about recently that if you have ADHD, there should be some kind of a program that you can test to like test out of a a because we learn everything ADHD anyway.
Program.
Exactly. Something like that.
Do they?
It's like self-paced, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, because we learn
like at your own pace.
Yeah. We if I need to learn something, I go out and learn it, and I can know it within 48 hours, and I can be proficient enough at it that I can do whatever it is I need to do. I've got such a random hodgepodge collection of skills as an artist and as somebody who's like made books on Kickstarter and laid stuff out and made, you know, whatever, and so on and so forth, that it's such a hodgepodge mix. But like if I went to college, I'd have to start, and I don't want to have to go through the bullshit base layer shit. Just teach me what I want to learn so I can go do the thing. Right.
Well, like I was going to say, like whenever I was in NMSU, I did awful. But whenever I just did my degree, I did 4.0.
Nice.
All 4 semesters, and I was on the dean's list. So it's it's all about when you're ready to do it. You know, it's like I wasn't ready whenever I was 19 to do college, but now at 29 for the 14th time, like I was totally ready. Like, you know, that was my season, and
well,
it's like my head was in the game.
Yeah.
But also, I always say that like, you can't expect kids that have never had to freak out about their electricity to get cut off to worry about a deadline.
Right.
So it's like, you know, whenever I was 18, deadlines weren't anything. But now it's like, you tell me a deadline, it doesn't even have to be anything important. It's going to eat at my brain until that deadline is complete.
Yes. Like, this deadline.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what it's for.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that we make literal children decide what they're going to be for the rest of their lives and go with that. I mean, all of us here, we've all said, I mean, yes, I've been in the arts, but right now I'm in the process of like changing my entire style and business and everything, you know, and a year ago, 2 years ago, I would have been like, no, I'm going to paint dragons until the day I drop dead. And now I'm like, I don't want to paint any dragons right now. I want to do other stuff. And you know, you've switched jobs multiple times and Alan has switched jobs multiple times. It's kind of silly to think that, you know, if you haven't made that decision and kind of made it by the time you're in your 20s, the rest of your life, it's all downhill from here, right? But we have a society that's so based on that. That's kind of ridiculous.
Well, I think that's shifting a lot now. Like, it's not, like we're talking about Gen Z, they're a lot more gig based, you know. It's like that insistence on like having a, you know, 9 to 5 with a wife and 2.5 kids, like right out of college. That's kind of like hadn't even been a priority except to like very small niche groups since the like 90s.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Our college systems are still in these archaic structures that don't allow for the flexibility of learning at the pace that you want to learn at, or learning at like, or being able to they want to lock you in to a specific it's going to take you this amount of time to get they want to make it boil it down to this is the thing that you can do, and you have like little decisions you can make, but you can't pivot or shift or do anything like that. And I think it's really disheartening to learning that you can't explore these options or have even the room to screw up and realize that something's not working for you.
Right.
Because, you know, we have like kids learn so much differently than we learned. Like they absorb most of their information from YouTube. They absorb like a lot of different things, like technologically that like I can't absorb like that. Like I have to read it or put my hands on it. And like trying to get kids to like put their hands on anything in school now is like oh, my brain is broken.
Well, but like we would learn in 30-minute intervals. You know, it's like when pretty much all three of us were kids, we would learn in 30-minute intervals. We would have 30 minutes to watch something, take in that information and process it. Now kids are working on like 2 to 3 minute intervals.
Right.
So it's like, you know, they get just about the same amount of information, but it's sped up and they're taking a lot more of it in.
Right.
And not just that, they're taking in contradictory information. So it's like, there's not like, at least, and you know, everybody talks crap about like, you know, central programming and stuff, but at least whenever we were kids, there was direction to the programming. So they would be like, okay, this is Sesame Street. We're going to come up with the things that we want to cover in this episode of Sesame Street. So, you know, we would watch that and we'd be like, cool, we learned something new. Now it's like they see one video on YouTube that's like 3 minutes long on Shorts, and then 3 minutes later they see something that's slightly different. You know, it doesn't completely align with what they just saw. So it's like that creates that like dissonance in their brains that aren't really fully equipped to process that dissonance.
Yeah, or processing it all right now. You're getting bombarded so fast all the time through your screen.
We had more repetition too. We had things like really locked in there with repetitive stuff.
Sure. You learned multiplications for weeks, not just, you know, a couple of sessions.
But
they showed that same episode of Barney every day for a week.
Yes.
But like now in the education system, like at least with the younger kids, it's almost like the education system can be too chaotic. They can change too much. Like for younger kids, like they're trying to adapt to learning styles, but they're changing instead of just adapting for things for that one kid. They'll change everything for all kids, all teachers, and because they want to make an everything for everyone instead of
like standardized.
Yeah, for
instead of individualizing it for the person who needs to learn what they need to learn.
Well, and that's a big problem in Texas right now is like standardized testing is dominating education, you know, and it's like that works so well. We're like 43rd in education.
New Mexico's there too. I mean, the people that own the testing programs were best BFFs with our last governor. So we're still trying to clean up that mess from Martinez.
Yeah, and they have entire corporations now that like are trying to like maximize education curriculum, like you have these districts who are spending money on massive amounts of curriculum stuff that you don't know if it's gonna work or not, and they change so often. If it doesn't work within a year or two, they're like, well, we got to change something else. That kid has not even gotten used to it yet. It's crazy.
Oh, in Texas, we have Bible curriculum.
Yep.
I won't even say under, like, we have in one of my schools I work at, they do the Pledge of Allegiance, and I won't even say under God. I'll be like under Taylor Swift or under Terry the whole
our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, I'll be like,
T-Swift.
you know, it'll be like under the Mandalorian, or I just I just won't say it. I just don't think that it's no. Because not everybody is represented when we're saying that. So
absolutely. But it's like, I'm excited for you, and I'm excited that you're doing this, and I mean, that's why I wanted to have you on. Was we have a lot of listeners and watchers that are like coming to art late, or they like weren't able to express themselves when they were younger, or they were told, like I was told, you'll never make it as an artist and things like that, and they internalize it and whatnot.
So it's not a real job, Carla.
Yeah, right. I know, right? Like I'm not
it's not a real job.
So if I run faster to the finish line, maybe people will make money off of me, and then I'll be dead, and then we can just everybody could like make money off of me. Yes.
Well, I mean, it is difficult because it's like if you're trying to enter the art world as a professional in your 40s, like that's a lot tougher than it is just like trying to enter as a hobby. It's like that was one thing that I was really kind of starting to see being in classes with all these people that were like a lot younger and a lot hungrier than me. It's like, though, if I pursued graphic design as like a serious career path, like that would be my competition. And there's a cat right here. Hi, Shrody.
Oh, kitty.
Oh my goodness.
Say hi. This is what he. And we've got a puppy. Hey, it's a party.
A puppy and a kitty.
They all went in.
My gosh.
Babies.
They were gonna do that until I. Okay, now let go.
Forced him on camera.
Yeah.
Now get out of here.
I think it's interesting though that like all these young kids are hungry to get into the game and stuff. But what they don't realize is that there are no opportunities. There are very few opportunities out there in these art markets until you actually are past even where we're at.
Well, you have 40s. To have that like
when we hit retirement.
Work,
when you hit retirement, then you have time to do all the art you want because they don't realize that like hustle culture is real, and you're going to have to be busting your ass doing something else besides making art to,
I worked full time and did art full time. And I was, towards the end of when I dropped out of conventions, I would be like the oldest person in the room, right? The people next to me are selling stickers so they can make enough money for their next Xbox game. And I'm like 16. Making money for my mortgage, and yeah. And I burned out. I burned out real bad the last couple of years because I was doing 22 shows a year and traveling all over the Southwest. And because that's what I had to do because I wanted to pay my bills on this, right?
Well, it's a lot easier for like younger people that were kind of like introduced to all these things really early. Like, whenever we were teenagers, like, how hard it was to make a sticker?
Right.
Like to print a sticker and like have a professionally made product. Like, we made stickers all the time, but they were like hand drawn, and the 90s were great.
But now an 8-year-old can 3D print an entire series of stuff that they can sell on the side of the road.
Right. They can 3D print an entire collection of Italian brain rot action figures and sell them on the TikTok shop, like like it's insane. Well, and like we're over here trying to figure out how to write a PDF.
Right. Well, and even the making of the art, right? Like we all had pencils and we all, markers and crayons and all that kind of, but getting that into the computer or into, as you said, into a product, right? Now,
right.
Kids grow up with the iPad in their hands and you have Procreate. That's a $20 program, and that's just as good as Photoshop. And I remember playing on a black market Photoshop 3, Photoshop 4 or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And
you get the key cracker.
Yes. The random number generator, you just start trying to find it until it works. Oh my God, we're old. Yeah. And now, so the accessibility is there. And now mom can like order stickers. I mean, even our other side job, Critically Epic, is all print on demand, right? Which is great, but it's also easy for everybody else.
Anybody can start a t-shirt shop now.
Yeah, absolutely. And build a website and be good.
For zero investment. Like,
yeah.
Am I glitching out
there? There we go. Yeah, you're
But no, anybody can upload their image, like select their t-shirt styles and colors and all that stuff, and boom, you have a direct to customer store.
Yeah. And like when I was coming up and I was learning under my mother-in-law, it was still lithograph printing. So you had to make an original. You had to decide what original you wanted to make into print. You had to have it professionally photographed, which was going to be several $100s. And then you had to send it to a lithograph printer where they broke it up into CMYK and then did the plate printing. And you were paying $5,000 for a run of 200 prints and hoping that you picked the right image. Right now we can throw it up on the web and see what sells, or take 15 of them to a show. And if you don't sell any, then not to order any more of that design.
Yeah, without spending like thousands on a 100 product run.
Yeah, so we kind of live in the most democratic, accessible art time where there are so many artists. Like everybody is kind of like doing art like that, or at least it seems like it with Instagram. Like everybody and their twin brother are doing art now.
Right.
So it kind of stops being about the art at a certain point, and I think it starts being about the experience of creating, and and that's something that like we have over, like, I'm gonna say it, we have over AI, is that we can the same enjoyment that Leonardo da Vinci got drawing and doodling and painting, we can experience that joy even if we don't have that skill level. So it is accessible to everyone who picks up a paintbrush, who picks up a pencil. Like it is a human feeling to create.
Well, and I think that's why places like what you have, Justin, now is really important, because it makes the barrier to entry so low. Right? You pay $40 and you get to paint for 2 hours and you get to see if it's something that you like without having to invest tons of money or time or energy, and people walk out with a little finished product.
And I have people that come back every week,
that's cool.
Or like every few weeks. Like I've got families that'll come in together and like, they'll all do a painting, and they have like a closet full of their painting with a twist paintings, and they'll like change them out on this one certain wall every week.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or like every season. So, it's like they'll come in and they'll all do, like, for Christmas, we've got this boot that's got like Christmas lights on it, so they'll all paint the boot with Christmas lights, and then like the next year they'll paint like, our ghost with a Christmas tree. Like it's all kitschy little cute things like that.
Yeah,
so, it's like they'll get this whole collection, and then they'll change out all their artwork on their painting with the twist wall.
See, I was wondering, I was going to ask if you did like a themed night, kind of themed, stylized themes for your painting nights and classes, because I see that happening a lot with different events now too. A lot of things are themed.
Yeah, like we try to do a lot of themes. Like this weekend we've got we had Star Wars themed pretty much all weekend for the Mandalorian and Grogu, and we had we had
Bunch of nerds.
May the 4th.
May the 4th.
Yeah, May the 4th
a couple weeks ago. And then we've got like a Wicked theme going on on Sunday.
Nice.
We've got like free mocktails. So since we can't do like liquor, we make fun little like with the glitter, the edible glitter.
Yeah.
Nice.
Makes it all swirly. But I mean, we've like a paint your pet thing where people send in their pictures of their pets, cool. And like we sketch them out, and like our sketch artist is so awesome. Like her pet pictures look like you don't want to paint over them. Like right? She's so great, and that's like really all she paints anymore because she's like a architecture student, and I know I'm gonna lose her soon, and I'm so sad about it because like her sketches are so great. But no, we try to incorporate themes as often as possible just to break it up.
That's
because
cool.
like I was saying, it's like if you go with the same program, like people lose interest really, really quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and it's a big way. Like I said, art entry is so low, and they know they're going to come in and they're going to paint, and it's a lot of us, the fear of making art or the fear of messing up or the fear of not being good enough is something that hangs over our head and is a reason why a lot of people don't push through the decision to become artists because they're not talented enough, right? There's this whole myth around the idea of talent and I'm not talented enough, and it's not a matter of talent.
They think that they're gonna have talent right away, like they a lot of people that don't typically create in general think that every artist just sat down and put brush to canvas one day and like made the Mona Lisa. It's like,
well,
it starts somewhere, and I think a lot of people don't really like give themselves enough.
Most of it is bad.
Very bad.
So do you have to play part-time therapist too, as people are working
all the time? How
bad it is?
Yeah, I tell the kids that they're not. The artwork's not going to improve if you're not willing to mess up. Like you got to fail forward, And I said, practice does not make perfect. Practice makes proficient.
Yep.
So
well, and also, like I always tell people, if you don't like your painting, put it in a closet for 3 days.
I do that with my art all the time.
Yeah, like
you
put
have
it in
to
a
have
closet for 3 days, and like forget what it looks like, and then look at it again, and you'll like it a lot more.
Yeah. You have to have that emotional distance, and that's no matter what part of the process you're on. Because I know I finished paintings and thought, wow, this is a piece of garbage. No one's ever going to want to buy it, and then it'd be one of my best selling.
Just think about the art perfection that people are inundated with. Like we have professional level productions constantly bombarding us with every aspect of marketing. If it's not Photoshop perfect right off the bat, or looks like Blizzard Entertainment or a studio produced it, some of these kids don't think that one person does that, and it takes an entire team sometimes to produce like these marketing things, or sometimes everything just looks so polished and perfect. Right. So embracing sometimes the imperfection of art and the messiness of it is really good.
Well, and I always try to find like one thing in everybody's painting that I really like, or that I can compliment, and they always tell me like, oh, you're paid to say that. I'm like, well, if I didn't like it, I would say that it was brave.
That's very brave of you.
That's a very brave painting.
That's a bold choice, Scott.
I always tell them like, it's you're here for 2 hours. You've literally been painting for 45 minutes. Like, you're not going to be perfect. So like, let's look at what you've done well and see like, where maybe you could expand on that in the future.
Well, I think it's important to encourage them because I think Kevin Smith said something at one point like, it costs you nothing to encourage somebody, but when you critique them harshly, it could cost them everything. Like they could never pick up a brush again.
Right.
So I mean,
happened to a lot of people for sure.
Being able to give constructive criticism in a way that is not emotional or judgmental is very important.
Right. Well, and I don't even jokingly say that somebody did something wrong.
Right.
You know, like I'm very, very careful about like, you know, you don't even think about how careful you have to be, but I'm very, very careful about like not even saying something that somebody could potentially misconstrue as like negative criticism. You know, it's like I always try to be like toxically positive because again, it's a 2-hour thing. You know, it's like they're not going to be experts and they're not going to come back. If they feel like
that would destroy your business.
You know, not only are they not going to like try and paint again, they're not going to come back.
Right.
So, you know, it's very beneficial to everybody just to at least find something that you can encourage or compliment or
and you do it all without booze, and that's like pretty amazing.
Right. So in all of this, where does your art fit in?
I try to paint pretty regularly. I try to like experiment with different things right now. Like it's kind of cool like working in an art studio because it's like there's so many things at my disposal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like there's so many things to try and play with and stuff like.
And you're a business expense, and you're a business expense, and you're a business
expense. Like write it off. R&D, baby.
Yes.
But like last week, Sam, my husband, came up with me, and he just wanted to like paint something, you know. So I got him a tray. Like we've got these little trays that have a removable bottom in them, so you can paint it.
Yeah, nice.
So he did that, and I was like, I think I'm gonna pour paint today, you know, because like I haven't really played with that too much, and we offer that as a class. So I was like, I'm gonna like just do a little pour paint thing, and
yeah,
you know, that was like my afternoon. I just played with the pour paints.
Fun. Yeah.
I've been really trying to.
I love the chaos aspect of pour painting because you don't know what it's going to turn out like.
Right, and it takes no talent.
Yes.
Although I did see a guy use super glue extremely well to try to illustrate with pour paint. So
I wanted to try doing it with like for backgrounds and stuff and seeing like what other abstracts I can pull out of it, but that would be more experimentation that I just don't have time for right now.
He used like super glue as like a barrier for the pour paint. And
that's cool.
That's so he has an illustration, and then he like I guess lines like drew over the lines with super glue. And,
that's really cool.
And it creates a barrier for the pour paint. So it's like, you could actually get some type of design in with it. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You could experiment with control and chaos.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'm really trying to work on is like submitting paintings to our system.
Oh, yeah.
Like
cool.
our painting with a twist system, because we've got like the internal gallery, and I'd really like to get some for my studio in our gallery. I think that would
be cool.
So,
like your own personal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really cool.
But it's like it takes a lot of getting used to like the studio technique.
Okay.
There's kind of like I guess there's like a style, you know, to the like painting with the twist paintings, but it's not like I don't really know how you can define it. You know, it's just like there's
a brand look?
Kind of like there's a brand look to it, you know. So
that makes sense.
I think I finally got the brand look down. So
cool. Yeah, because there's a lot of different like sip and paints and all that kind of stuff across the country, and I know we have a local one in Ruidoso that I think does a lot of stuff like that too. So it makes sense that they would have like a branded look, you know. And like I wonder, like, can you get kits for those particular paintings online or something like that? Maybe.
Yeah. Like we've got okay, dog sneezes. We do like take-home pets or take-home kits.
Take-home pets?
Take-home pet. Because I'm
you're looking at the dog.
I'm giving the sneezy boy pets real quick.
Right.
No, we've got like take-home kits and stuff. I don't know if you can order them online. We do them through Grubhub.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
Or DoorDash, one of the two.
Yeah. Dallas, man. Dallas. I'm in a small town. I think
DoorDash anything.
Right? No kidding. Do you show up with the kit?
No, we've got like videos and stuff that we send.
Yeah, for sure.
Do y'all not have DoorDash and Redoso?
Sometimes if we have enough people in town that are willing to do it. It's like the Texans. So it's the same thing with Lyft. So when there's a lot of people in town, the Texans that do Lyft elsewhere will come up and do Lyft here, like for a couple of days to make some extra money. But as far as like full-time like Lyft or DoorDash, nope. If you need to, you're walking to the store.
DoorDash here in small little Pittsburgh, Kansas. So I've noticed that I noticed that a lot of like chain stores are starting to offer their own delivery too. So it's kind of.
Our Walmart just started delivering like 2 months ago.
Interesting.
Do you get the drones?
Oh God, no. Here, no.
They get stuck in trees.
They get stuck in trees. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. It would be bad. The drone, yeah. No, it would be bad.
In Texas, I imagine they just shoot them out of the air like.
Right?
No, that's something they just started here was the drones. Like Walmart, I think Walmart
by me just got I have an askewed idea of what Texas is.
You're not far off.
No, it's
you're not far off.
That's about right.
I remember
at least the ones that are in Ruidoso.
I did a road trip to pick up a friend's stepson in Texas one time, and we were following GPS, and GPS routed us to like some back highway things, and like it got real like scary. I decided to ask like this guy on the side of the road like for directions, and I thought it was going to be a Texas Chainsaw Massacre moment. It was really bad.
Right? Yeah. I got a little lost coming back from Kansas, and I was like, I've listened to enough true crime to know where this is going, and I'm going to be dead. Yes. So Kansas is just as bad. Like we're so here in Ruidoso because we're the Texas playground.
Yeah.
Like there's legit worry that if Texas secedes, they'll try to take like Ruidoso. Like we already know they're going to try to take Carlsbad, and they're going to try to take Artesia, and they're going to try to take Roswell because there's still oil there, right? Like Carlsbad is all fucking oil. But Texas, like Ruidoso is the playground of Texas.
Yeah, are you kidding?
Texas
their bumper stickers say that. Texas, I mean, if we get some more people in Texas, we'll get it to flip, man.
Right?
Yeah, Texas can't secede.
I hope not, because I don't want to be part of Texas.
They can't.
That's what they say. Thing. Yeah, right.
That's what they think. I get to hear it all the time.
That's how they're rebelling.
It's like, how they're rebelling. We can't do that.
And you're around the Dallas area, right? Mm-hmm. Dallas is quite a bit more liberal, I think, than not like Austin liberal. Like it's a spectrum.
Like so it's Dallas and Fort Worth. You know, they're like right next to each other, and Fort Worth is a lot more on the like mega church conservative side.
Yes. And, I've done conventions there that have failed that did fine in Dallas. It's so weird.
Yeah, Dallas is more
that
on
line
the
is hard
mega church liberal side.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, there's a mega church involved.
Right. That's the core of everything.
Yeah, either way.
Anybody's watching on YouTube,
need some meds there. What? Yeah. So you said you became a manager of this place. Did you just like see it posted online or like on the paper?
No, I started there as an artist.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I don't even know how it happened. Like I started as an artist and then I ended up as the manager and now I own it.
That is some manifestation shit right there, my friend.
Yeah. Right place at the right time.
Right place at the right time.
No, for real. Like that's kind of how it just all worked out.
So Justin and I were friends in high school, and both of us were part of like the alternative crowd. And we had like high school was difficult. High school was hard.
I barely went my senior year.
Yeah, no, I had senioritis really bad too. So like I had an off period right around lunch, and there were a lot of days where I just wouldn't go back in.
Yeah.
And I was like a straight A student up until that point, so I hated it.
No, I didn't skip a day of school until my senior year, and then I barely went to a day of school.
Right? Yeah, and then we skipped a heck of a lot. But again, the alternative crowd, like there was a lot of bullying. I was bullied for being an artist and a larger girl, and you were bullied for being gay and tall. And
no,
like,
I wasn't.
No?
I wasn't. I was never bullied in high school because I made friends with all the girls, and if their boyfriends would bully me, they'd break up with them.
Oh,
that's the way.
And my cousin was the assistant head coach of the football team. So if Annie, Jake was,
there you go.
Coach Jake was.
Did you yeah. I got it. Okay.
Yeah. If
surely I knew that in high school.
Any football player even looked at me sideways, they would run laps. Yeah, I was not bullied for being gay in high school. Thank you very much.
Well, I stand corrected. Thank you for
you to play.
Well, whenever I went to Roswell, that was a different story. At Cruces High,
right? Yeah, because I was
the only time I got called the F slur in high school. It was like in the hallway, and it was this Hispanic guy, and his girlfriend turned over and hit him real hard in the arm, and like he was real nice. Like he didn't apologize, but he was real nice to me after that.
But that never came out of his mouth again.
Yeah,
slapped hard. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff are you doing to kind of like overcome the economy? Because that's a mess right now.
Hoping and praying.
You started going to a mega church.
a lot of hand stuff, a lot of mouth stuff, you know.
I missed you so much. See, Alan, I was that way since high school.
No, I mean, like it's you know, it's been tough. Like I've been taking a lot more classes myself because I have a staff of artists. Like our theme, like our studio theme, my assistant Jules, she's amazing. She said that my hiring style is witchy water signs that are under 5'5".
That's amazing.
No problems, no competition.
Like, they call me their Gandalf, you know.
Oh, that's
are there your hobbits? Your art hobbits?
Your art hobbits?
But I say that it's the fun ants. Like that.
Yeah.
All of our because I'm a fun uncle.
Right.
A fun aunt.
Yes.
And all of our artists are really just like, it's like hanging out with your fun aunt for the night that lets you drink, you know.
There you go.
Like she won't say anything to you if you went on a cousin's walk before Thanksgiving, you know, like the cool aunt. So that's kind of our theme. So
really just when you said you get a lot of repeats, so a lot of people just really like feel cozy and like welcome in there, which is awesome. Like I think that's, as we were talking about the third spaces being more and more important now.
Yeah, and I'm really trying to like ramp up the open studio part, you know, because I feel like that's like a third space just waiting to happen.
Yeah. And how does that, like, do you have the building? Is it a larger building that's broken up into a couple of different things? And
we have two studios. We have like a large studio in the front. We have a smaller, like, private party studio in the back. So like we've got plenty of room. In the
front, party in the back. You're a mullet.
Yeah. We do like adult blacklight parties back there. It's very
nice.
Fun.
Yes. Yeah, that's amazing.
Get a rave going. Yeah. Get some bubbles and some glow in the dark stuff. You're good to go.
Foam party.
Right? Yeah. Adult party. Exactly. So how many, like, so you've got programming running like all week then?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yep. Every day of the week we have classes.
And you take a day off when?
Right now, Sunday and Monday. This summer, I don't know. But yeah, right now I get, like, today's my day off for a couple more hours. So.
And you're here with us. Yay.
Yeah.
Which is technically kind of working anyway. So.
But it's fun working, you know?
Yeah. It sounds like you really ended up in like something that's perfect for you. And
no, it really is. And it's a lot of fun, like going to work every day. Like
Yeah.
For the most part, like, it's very quiet. I don't get a lot of
I wonder what that
see, I can't say that I don't get a lot of Karens, because I do, and I know as soon as I say it, I'm gonna have a Karen episode. So
right.
not too, like, there's definitely difficult people. Like, I had this one lady one time that she was doing a open studio, so it was all self-directed, but she needed a lot of help every step of the way. And then she finally told me, like, I need you to do it, because if I do it and it doesn't look exactly like that, I'm gonna be pissed. So it was like,
oh, that kind of defeats the purpose.
So you want a just-in-time original then?
Yeah, right. Now that's a whole other price bracket.
Custom. That's custom right there.
That's a different price bracket.
So luckily, my another instructor ended up helping her out, because I was like,
oh, good.
Please,
right?
Because I'm about to go insane.
It's like, I would really love to help you, but I have to help everyone. And if I help just you, it won't be helpful for everyone. That's what I tell the kids all the time. They're like, can you just draw this? It's like, but I would really love to see what you make.
right.
Right. I could never take that away from you.
Right. Yeah. So it's like herding toddlers, basically, with a paintbrush. Nice.
Yep. More often than not.
Yeah. I think it's exciting and interesting, because we don't, like, when people say they want to grow up and be an artist, we immediately think fine artist, right? We think of like somebody who's going to go to shows and I'm going to paint and I'm going to sell artwork and that's going to be it, right? I know.
Embezzle for billionaires.
Right? See, that's what I'm working on. That's why I'm getting into the fine art part. That's my next step forward. The billionaires don't want dragons. They want, hopefully, lions on gold. But there's so many like different career paths that artists can take that we don't discuss at all. Right. So like I have
a friend that works for a bowling company.
Oh wow. Yeah, like doing graphics.
Yeah, he does the artwork for a bowling company. Yeah.
That's way cool. Yeah, and because of that disconnect, like, people don't realize that everything they touch is art.
Yeah.
Right? The curtains,
everything you see.
Everything. And there's just this like prevalent idea that you're gonna grow up and you're gonna starve and you're gonna be selling your art in the park and that's it, right? But there's so many different avenues. There's licensing, there's running the business.
It's like the from the first Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
You know, when she gives her that whole talk and she's like, and you pick that out of a pile of stuff, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
She's telling her basically, like, you know, a team of designers came up with this like color that she was wearing, and like with that, you know, lifetime careers and jobs and, you know,
absolutely
pensions were paid.
Yeah.
And just from like
so many iterations,
a color, you know, just from developing a color,
right? Absolutely, let alone a pattern or anything like that.
Went into that creation.
Yeah, and like I just got back from Licensing Expo, and you know my agent reps 55 different artists, and that's artists on product, but like the company, the licensing company that was across from us does something totally different. They did like all pattern stuff, so their stuff is on like plates and you know fabrics and stuff like that, and that's one part of what they specialize in. And then we specialize in fantasy art, and then this company over here specializes in children's design, and then there's you know, you don't learn any of that. And even when you go to college to be an artist, you don't really learn any of that. You almost have to like fall into it accidentally.
Well, weren't we talking about in comments, weren't we talking about the Met Gala?
No, I don't think so.
Was that maybe talking to you about that? So it's like, you know, the Met Gala is a really controversial
yes,
event,
yeah, a couple of I do remember that.
Yeah, so like the whole point of the Met Gala is it's a fundraiser for the costume department of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So this is the only department in the Met that is completely self-funded.
Yeah.
So it's like the fundraiser is for that. So along with that, you know, it's like, okay, but all these stars are wearing these opulent gowns, and, you know, it's like so with each one of those gowns, it goes back into the Devil Wears Prada thing, because there's an entire team of artists working together to put this gown together. And it really depends on if you look at fashion as art.
Right.
You know,
which we should.
You know, and it's subjective. Like, is high fashion that's designed for people to spend, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars on to wear one time. You know, it's like,
yeah,
I feel like it's art. To me, it's art.
I agree.
So it's like that one, even though the optics of it are really
warped,
not the best.
Yes,
And you know, it's like it is like the Hunger Games, you know, the Capitol. At
Completely.
the same time, it's feeding and putting money in the pockets of like dozens, if not hundreds of artists
for
one
sure.
event, while it's funding a department of the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Yeah, and I wish their marketing would get more on that, because I think that would be an important thing to play up, that it is art.
Right.
And again, we're taking it goes back with everything else. The parents that say that you'll never make it, it's taking the art out of art. Right now,
well, and I think that's intentional, you know, because like they're not really the ones that are doing the marketing for it, you know.
Yeah, that's
and it's
true.
like we don't get to see their actual marketing for it. All we get to see is the final product, because we're not rich enough to be marketed to for it.
That's very true. That's very true.
We don't make enough money to see that kind of marketing, you know.
Yeah, well, and I liked that you had made that point on Facebook, because I was all of my art friends were complaining about the whole Hunger Games aspect, the whole, you know, let them eat cake kind of thing, and then you were like, well, it's all of these gowns and outfits it's art, it's sculptural, and I was like, oh God, he's totally right. So you putting that out there like changed my view for sure, and made me realize that no, you're completely right.
So I worked in opera for a while. And,
that is cool.
I worked in wigs and makeup. And
nice.
I have a lot of friends. I still have a lot of friends that are costume designers and stuff. So it's like on the surface, you think of the opera as a very opulent event.
Right.
It's like
still artistic. Like we still that's still art.
Right. But it's like it's not something that's accessible.
Right.
You know, it's not something that you or I would typically go and buy like a season ticket to the Dallas Opera or whatever. Right. You know, it's like, but with that, all the people that are involved in those productions, like those productions feed all of those artists.
Yeah.
Because you've got set artists, you've got costume artists, you've got hair and makeup artists. You know, it's like we just see like the final product of it, but the production of it, you know, gives work to a lot of
the sound and lights people, everyone behind
all of it.
Yeah.
It gives work to so many different artists.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of look at like the Met Gala as like the same level as
opera. That makes total sense. That makes total sense. And again, I wish it was something that we talked about more, because again, you know, I'm gonna starve in the park and no one's gonna buy my art until I die. But there's so many different like cogs that you can be in, that design and that create, and it doesn't have to just be and even down to like the art kits, like somebody's designing the art kits for your you know, somebody's sitting down and designing those brand packets to make sure that they all look the same, and somebody's designing, you know, the car and everything else. And it's not something that we talk about enough, I don't think.
Oh, and that's the thing, we have a very strict no AI generation policy with our art.
Nice. Wonderful. We love hearing that.
Mainly because it's so hard to prevent copyright infringement with AI generated art.
Yep. Absolutely. Because that's what it scrapes on. You know, you ask AI to draw a mouse in pants and it's going to be Mickey Mouse all day long.
Right.
Because that's what's flooding the internet. And on top of that, you can't copyright what AI creates still. Thank goodness. Hopefully they don't change. There's a lot of people fighting that, but hopefully that doesn't change. So
I have a confession about AI. I have a song right now that I am really addicted to, and I am not 100% sure that it's not AI.
Oh, it's hard to tell, especially
it is hard to tell.
I can't tell.
Before too.
And the song slaps. Like,
oh my goodness, yeah.
I can't stop listening to it. And I'm like, I need to know. I need to know, but I can't find anything about them. So I'm like, they have to be AI.
Like if they didn't have an album released before 2-3 years ago, it's probably AI.
Yeah.
Which is unfair. It's unfair that you have to like do that much research into a singer, a band, anything. Like you can't find any like actual picture of a person because it's not.
Yeah. Well, and I had thought about wiping out my social media and going more elite. Like you had to like join my email list in order to see my work, kind of thing. But well, yeah,
kiss your career goodbye.
Well, that was what it was. Is my agent was like, no, you kind of need to keep that because people want to like Google you and make sure that you're like you have a track record, right? Like my Facebook page has been around since 2012.
No, we're so far beyond that. Like it's a fun little fantasy, but you know, like a good friend of mine just got a flip phone the other day.
Yes.
And you know, she was so like, this is her new personality.
Is the new way.
You know, like it's a flip phone, and it lasted like, I don't even think a week, like a few days. She was like, I can't, like, you know, you get left too far behind. Because it's like you don't think about all the things you use a smartphone for now.
Right.
Not even like big things, but just like texting. You know,
yeah, direction. I would be lost if I didn't have Google Maps. Like I have no sense of direction whatsoever, and I would die.
Absolutely. Like but just texting, it's like if you want to send anything longer than like 160 characters.
Yeah. T9, like, baby, T9.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you got to sit there and do this type of stuff all day long.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. It's I do think that targeted social media or using social media that is benefiting you is, you know, how much energy you pour into it is up to you. Like, but having a presence there, like for artists having a legitimacy of presence and stuff like that. But like, do you have to be on it every day? Do you have to constantly be checking it? Probably not. You can check in with it once a week. I don't know.
We can hope.
You don't know how many times I've taken my apps off, putting them back on, shut them down, like taking 2 weeks off. And the simple thing is like, people don't know what you're doing unless you tell them, and you have to go to the places that they are to tell them. So they're on the internet, and because the algorithm sucks, only a percentage of people that you actually have following you is seeing that. So
society is so ADHD that if you decide to disconnect and deactivate and disappear, everybody will forget you existed within a day.
Yeah.
As awful as that sounds, everybody will forget you exist.
Yep. I was hoping to like. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't even check my email. Anyway. I just bulk delete after 2 months or so.
Jesus.
I do that with my regular mail.
Yeah, that's We've been
I just go by and check it and check it once a month.
Clearly, this is spam. You know, from the
if it's important, I'll get served.
Taxation.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, if it's important enough, the sheriff will bring it.
Yeah, right. There you go. I like the way you think.
Yeah, I go through and I make sure, like, I go through and like, do I need this? Do I need this? Do I need this? Do I need this? If I've gone through 25 emails and I haven't needed anything, I'll just bulk delete the whole thing.
I don't think that's the right way to do zero sum inbox. I could be wrong. And this is why you never know if you got into shows or not.
I've gotten into shows. I got my email back from Joe Mocon, so I'm in.
Oh, good. So, You're good. Awesome. Well, we're coming
actually,
up on time.
I move, if it's important enough, I move it into a folder. And then
and then you never look at it again, because I know I don't. I mean, once it's in a folder, it's out of sight, out of mind, right? Yeah. Item. What is it? Item permanence or something like that, which I have with people too. So.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, tell us where we can find you and reach you for those of us that are interested.
What am I? Hold on. What is it? It's
you have the socials, right?
Yeah, I can't remember what my Instagram is because I've got 2.
Right.
Oh, Just in Time Rocks.
Cool. I'll put them in the show notes too. I'll find them and get them from you because I think I follow you everywhere.
Just in Time Rocks and Dunderbrain on TikTok.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
That's me.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. And if you wanna do some painting sessions, go visit my friend Justin down in Dallas for some painting. And thanks. It's been an amazing conversation.
Painting with a twist.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah.
This is really fun.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining Here Be Dragons. Make sure to like, subscribe, and find us on the web at herebedragons@artcast.com. We're now on all the things. We're on the Substacks and the Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, YouTube, and anywhere else you listen. And thank you, Justin, and we'll see you all next time.